recent double chapter came out of Fairy Tail, we've been wanting more and more, and especially now that Acnologia has joined the fray into this fight. The question is altogether now, who is exactly going to finally finish off this war? Is this now the time for the finale of this arc? The clash between Natsu with the rest of Fairy Tail versus Zeref, and alongside with the Dragon King himself, Acnologia. And it's time to talk about the black future of Fairy Tail, whilst also being announced alongside with the spoilers of 522 and 523. We are talking about 524, the black future. Now, nothing is known about this chapter alongside, apart from like what we get to see at the end of like the last chapter that did come out, and showing that Acnologia is there and has arrived onto the battlefield after the whole Universe 1 magic has finally disappeared. He's finally now back into the area where he wants to be. He wants blood, he wants carnage, and alongside Natsu and Grey being together trying to deal with Zeref. And that's now the time where it's like all of these fighters now going to meet up in one like same area. And the biggest question is all now that we've seen that Wendy and Urza, who are both be greatly beaten up by Irene, question is how they're going to get out of the way between Acnologia's bloodthirsty ambition. If anything, I think the black future is mainly going to be focusing a lot about Zeref, and I think Acnologia as well, since Acnologia hasn't been in the manga for a very long time now, ever since Irene banished him since using Universe 1. We've all wanted to see Acnologia. He's been there, he's been heavily requested by fans. We've wanted him, we've wanted August, we've wanted Gildas, and we're getting all the things that we've wanted. He's back here, and the question is, how is he going to be handled? Is he going to go in? Is he going to start causing chaos? Is he going to try and interrupt the whole fight between like Natsu and Zeref? Are they going to go for that round 2? What, like, honestly, like, people are wondering what's going to be happening. And if anything, I think what's going to be happening is that, if anything and all that, then there might be a couple of interruptions here and there. And honestly, I think it, like, the ways that like Wendy and all them are going to survive is either A, like someone like Gildas and like with August are going to be distracting and saying like, no, we're going to deal with you, and they're like, I'll get more entertainment fighting these guys. And especially with, well, someone like Gildas, whereas like he's already fought Acnologia before, so it will be very interesting if 524 might even give us a little bit of the kind of like clarifications between the fight that they had. I'm very curious to know that. It's like, did he fight him in his entire dragon form, or did he actually fight him in a humanoid form? Especially since like we've seen so little, we only know about the past like transgressions and all that we've had since then, and I've wanted to know a very long time and all that, like since like if anything and all that, like, we need to know about this material. And now the fact that we've got the anime as well, like with the movie coming out, and season 3 maybe might be over the horizon. Still no real news on that. The fact that we've got 100 chapters of stuff of material to go around, it's a perfect time for all of this stuff to happen. And especially with now this chapter 524, I really want to see if that anything like they're going to address the Acnologia and Gildas stuff. So this might be a way to stop like him actually trying to murder off Wendy and Urza, which we know exactly isn't going to happen. And like, I think a lot of fans can already guess that from the start that that's not going to be happening at all to this character. But if anything, it's got to be Zeref and Acnologia simultaneously trying to steal the show. And I think 524 is going to be built up for this chapter just to have this. And I think with the latest ones that we've had and all that, with the 522 alongside like with Is Fate Burning, I think this is going to be the chapters that are going to be doing this especially. And the question is, and all that, with all the material that's out there, and what are we going to see a little bit more of display of Acnologia's powers? Are we going to see like the beginning of like Grey and Natsu teaming up against Zeref? And the question is like, are they going to do the same thing like kind of what they did against Margir? Are they going to have to use like Grey to try and slow him down using the techniques like that? Is Grey like, although like trying to stop the ice shell, do you think like while like Natsu's like at a disadvantage, he's going to try and use it regardless? Like there might be a time where he might do that, but I think if anything, like you're gonna have to ask that, well, what about then, like, you know, since like we've got all this stuff going on right now, like, is Acnologia going to get involved? And in fact, is Grey going to try that? And when as well, if the triggering of, like, E.N.D is going to happen again, like, if that's going to awaken, and that'll be the free, like, the full-on, like, sort of free-throw that exactly Acnologia wants. He just wants carnage, and I think, if anything, an E.N.D would cause that. But that's for the future of Fairy Tail, and you can definitely be rest assured there is a lot more coming. And I want to ask that, especially to all the viewers and all that, and especially people watching this video, for the Black Future, what do you want this chapter to focus on? Do you want it to focus a lot more on Acnologia? Do you want it to be on the Zeref fight right now? Do you think they're going to be doing all that? Or do you think they might actually take a little interesting turn with like whole Gildas and August fight being taken all the way to like them, like with the Acnologia, where the Urza and Wendy are right now? Do you think we might finally get a little bit more confirmation or a bit over what happened like with that fight between Gildas and Acnologia? It's still been in the wind, so I'd like to ask you guys especially that, since I've wanted to know about that ever since Gildat's been introduced about it, when he first talked about this mysterious like dragon that did attack him. It's one of the most interesting things I felt about it, and it would have been actually kind of cool to see this fight in some way, because it's goddamn hard. And whether or not August might try and find him, like if anything he saw with like how Irene tried to handle it, I don't know if like August is pretty wise. I don't think he might want to fuck with this guy, especially in all that like when like they both felt like his presence coming onto the battlefield. So I really want to know that, and just whether or not and all that. You think with even like a Grey already failing with the ice shell, do you think if anything he might try one more time, like to even try and get both alongside Acnologia and Zeref? Do you think this might be one way of him trying to deal with the carnage that's now going to be ensured in 524? That's going to be the questions to you guys, but that is all from me. Let me guys think in the comments section now, like, are you excited for 524 and the full translations of 522 and 523 alongside with Fairy Tail Dragon Cry? All this material can be found on my channel, so go look that up as well. That's all from me. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.